Thank you, Wakas. Thank you. So how many of you are actually starting a business? Put your hands up. Okay, and how many of you are actually startup founders? Not yet?
Not yet.
No businesses running at the moment?
I'm trying to run, but I couldn't get the founders.
You couldn't get the funding or the founders, did you say?
Funding.
Funding, okay, we'll touch on that as well today. Fantastic, brilliant. So it's great to be here. So you can see the level of work we've put into designing an alternative business school that actually teaches practical soft skills and business skills, which is lacking. So many of our founders, we have around 300 founders that have joined Skills for Startups since last year. They are probably post MBAs or post business school graduates. Many have been probably on incubators, really intense 12-week accelerators with banks or other non-profit organizations that train up founders or train up businesses to launch their ideas, right down to getting them investment ready, and then even to have an exit plan for your businesses as well. So what Skills for Startups has done, it's plugged a gap where many of the founders who go through academia or some sort of accelerator still have gaps in their skill set. So each of our roadshows and our festivals, it tackles around 12 skills. And those 12 skills can be anything from in-depth business modeling right down to commercialization. It could be that you've got a fantastic idea, a software or technology, but you're not a limited company. You don't know how to turn yourself into a limited company and really sell those ideas to the people that you want as your clients. So we teach you how to meet with chief executive officers, how to meet with sales teams and commercial directors to get your business going. And essentially what we've achieved so far, we are now going out to America. So the United States of America wants a Skills for Startups launch out there that looks at a deep dive into the practical skills, cross-border from soft skills to business skills. So essentially we are not a university. We don't attempt to be acting as a university. We are a very dynamic ecosystem for startups. So if some of you are really committed to launching your businesses after you graduate, Skills for Startups can actually plug that gap and help you to actually physically run your business. And Stacey is one example where we came along and we worked with her for 12 months to change a typical healthy juice bar into a proper business, and now it's turning into a proper limited company that's going out to Pennsylvania to work with a massive grocery store that's looking into improving health and well-being across the United States of America due to the obesity levels. So Stacey is going from a small local shop now to potentially in 2026 a national pop-up bar across America. So that is one example of how the skills that we've taught her around business modeling, finances, costs and profits, the reality of launching ideas and the reality of putting her business out there and engaging with clients in both the United Kingdom and the United States of America and positioning her market product in grocery stores, in supermarkets, in retail has been a game changer for the founder of Juicy Vibes Healthy Smoothies. So that's one example I wanted to touch on. But of course you're wondering, what is my background and why am I here? Well, my background is that I used to be an ex-civil servant and I used to work with the exams regulator called Ofqual, part of the Department for Education. And it was through my experience as a civil servant that I realised there was up to 1 million young people in this country that didn't do well academically, but if we gave them the right soft skills and business skills, we could turn these 1 million young people into young entrepreneurs. So we decided to launch under COVID-19 a company called Ignite Quals, which is short for Ignite Qualifications. And this precisely looked at soft skills and business skills for young people that weren't in employment, they weren't employment ready, There weren't any form of training. They were maybe part of certain foundations like the Prince's Trust, but they needed confidence boost. They needed some sort of alternative learning, a learning platform to help shape their ideas and get those ideas out into the market. And that's what we did for the first couple of years. We worked on Ignite Quals, we built it. We got revenue from America, so we work with international students, just like yourselves. This is an international college, and we supported international students with the right skills to be employable in this country. And that gave us the confidence to then launch Skills for Startups, and soon to be launching our first robotic AI system called EE+, which is going to be on-demand support for ideas generation, and early inception startup founders that require fast-track support to get their businesses financially viable. So that's what we're working on at this precise moment in time. But predominantly, we are now coming back 10th of April, back to London with Google as our partner. And we're putting on our biggest show for the United Kingdom startups community. So we want as many of you to be part of that, because we will be talking about financial funding landscapes, financial readiness. Our finance experts are going to be there, and we're also going to be looking at how do we help you to take a deep dive into your sales and growth strategies. This is the key for this year now, because there is a competitive, strong, complex business market taking place in this country, and we have a new government. Funding is very tight and very competitive. So we are going to be teaching you how to be self-sufficient and how to be resourceful with the income you bring in as business leaders or brand new startup founders, and then how you can tap into certain grants and loans across the United Kingdom with different banks, different local authorities to help you with your ideas, launches and your business growth measures. Are there any questions so far?
We need to have a place already ready, or we can directly go for the funding. I have a place as well. I looked and observed everything. I analyzed, and I have a place, very good place. So I wanted to start VR bridal jewelry and dresses, bridal dresses.
Yeah, so for you, it definitely is your setup as a business.
Yes.
You are a founder. You're on company's house, so you're legally set up. And how have you funded yourself so far before you even attempt to go to funding or getting angel investors? You need to scope out what you've done so far in terms of revenue generation or any form of revenue generation.
Yes, I did. I borrowed some money from my mother and parents.
Fantastic.
And, I already have the Cheyenne Limited bridal jewelry. I already company also.
Brilliant.
So I just need little bit more to elaborate, extend and establish my program. So I just want some funds to be.
Okay.
So immediately I can go ahead and do it.
Fantastic. Is your business West Midlands based?
In Redditch area? Yes, West Midlands.
Fantastic. So there's a company called Oxford Innovation Advice, which Skills for Startups is partnering up with, and they provide a 12-week investment-ready, free of charge program. I will introduce you to our finance experts, but do come down to 10th of April, because they're going to be delivering a massive workshop on the different types of funding that's available. They'll be touching on private, family and friends funding as stage 1, angel investors stage 2, so you've spent all your mum's money or your dad's money or your friend's money, but you still need to now grow your business. Angel investors is probably the typical route for pre-seed investment rounds. So that's where you're at, that's where your business is at. These angel investors are everywhere, and we can help you find those angel investors through our partnership with Oxford Innovation Advice. I've also spoken to Wakas, and we'll speak to his team, because Oxford Innovation Advice do what we do, where we come into colleges and do fireside chats and small talks. We don't do formal presentations. It doesn't work. We like to interact with you. These guys will come in, maybe next time you can invite them, we'll give you their details, and they will talk you through the deep dives around the current complex funding landscape and the different options available. Skills for Startups has actually looked at crowdfunding for founders. So that's another way, if you do have revenue, I think you've got revenue coming in,
Yes.
that you can go out and essentially look at some of the crowdfunding UK and USA platforms. So you can actually raise money in the USA, you know, you don't have to stick to the UK. So I wouldn't put all your eggs in the UK landscape. I would go globally, because you probably could sell your jewellery globally, couldn't you? You could actually, yeah. And also the second trend that's coming through is TikTok, Spotify. Remember, TikTok, Spotify is your starting point to test the products. It's peanuts to set up a TikTok online business, peanuts to set up a Spotify business. So what we teach at Skills for Startups is, even before you start to launch your product, get your sales team in, or spend money on marketing, why not set up a TikTok shop and start selling your product? And it also works with systems and consultancy services as well. You don't have to have a cupcake business or a juice bar, or what you have, which is fashion beauty. You can still utilize TikTok and Spotify, which reaches millions and millions and millions of entrepreneurs, influencers that could actually shape your business for the coming years. And in the meantime, you can still look at wider funding, wider investment, like Oxford Innovation Advice. They are the biggest champions of Skills for Startups. We will be backing them. And the other thing that we want to share with you is, if you have a technology, I don't know how many of you are working on a technology or a software, or anybody? Well, if you were, companies like Google and Microsoft, they give away around up to $300,000 worth of credits. So even if you don't have a technology system, but you do require a platform to run your business online, they will provide those Google credits to create a Google workplace for you. So all your business activities could now be digitalized through Google and Microsoft, and we partner up with Google, and about 8 of our founders have now secured $12,000 of private credits to build their infrastructure for the information technology systems and how they're going to run their products and businesses on a platform. So that is another route that we're happy to share with yourselves, so you can pass this on to your students, and along with the partnerships and the websites we can provide for you as well, so you can tap into that. Does anybody else have any questions? Because this is your opportunity to ask somebody who's gone through the pressure points of setting up 3 businesses, because for us it wasn't easy either. We had £120,000 of revenue that came from America, and that £120,000 built Skills for Startups, and it's building the application we're building for online learning. Any questions? Does anybody have any?
Yeah.
Jay,
He's shy.
Boy, do you have any questions?
He's got no question, but he's shy.
Sergio? Sergio, you want to ask? Face to face.
Face to face. Okay, so if anybody has any questions that they're shy about, I know there's people at the back. Now's the time to take advantage of Skills for Starters. We're here for an hour if you want to learn more about what we do, what we deliver. Like I said, we're Britain's very first mobile award-winning business school that uses festivals and roadshows to put on days of empowerment across the United Kingdom and now across the United States of America. We're going out to Malaysia, and we are essentially going to be turning 100,000 startup founders into successful businesses by 2034. In other words, we're helping the government create more multi-millionaires here in the UK and abroad. And as you can see from our video, we've attracted around 300 startups so far. Of those, 23 founders we've turned into now high-performing founders. Stacey's here. Hey, Stacey, do you want to have a few words with the audience about your experience?
The only thing that I would suggest saying is that basically if you've got any ideas of a business that you want to ask questions about, then to speak to you personally, because it's okay like not having questions about what you're talking about. If they've got an idea of a business,
But
That you wanna speak
basically
about.
they want to face to face
They have
separately.
ideas,
Yes,
yeah.
they have. They want to
Okay.
talk to you separately.
We
Fantastic.
have ideas, we want how to implement those ideas,
Okay.
how to execute them, how
Yeah.
to evaluate them, how to make that one to work out
Okay.
and then we do it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So why don't we, we've got time after now. If people want to approach us, can we use the office?
We can use the boardroom.
Fantastic. So why don't we go ahead? Because I can stand here and talk about our businesses all day, but if you've got an idea in your head and you're ready to go and you just need a bit of advice or confidence from Skills for Startups, we can start doing that from today if you like. Is that okay? Yes. Fantastic. I'm gonna end it here now. I think there's no Q&A. Is there any Q&A around Skills for Startups?
Any question? You can ask.
Okay. Fantastic. Brilliant. So why don't we set up in that room? And why don't we see you there? If any of you want to take advantage of us, now's the time to do so. We've got connections all over the world, so we can essentially partner you up with other companies as well. Thank you so much.
Já vou tu cá bez business, já. Vi que era o chavão. Chavão de pojuva aqui.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Was he very quick? Was he?
Well down.
No, he's not there. He's not here. Maybe during lunch. All right, that's
Yes, Maria. Eu não conheço.
Tu čekaš da vidiš ponoviti na večer.
Don't worry. Okay. So come. Wait. You want to speak with the ladies separately. Go in the boardroom. Wait, go in the boardroom. Boardroom.
Hey, dat is de...
Go in the boardroom.
În scara de incendiu?
Hello, sir.
Hi, yes, I just want to ask you something.
You know more left.
He's talking very bad. Yes. Well, I want to ask and she told me I cannot go outside oh, you cannot go outside. No, you cannot go outside. Go outside, I'm not going to go back. Yes. And I saw him talking badly with other students as well. I don't know the name.
You know more left. Ora daqui o braço traço. Lembrar tem que se traço.
The other that they usually have. Ah, no, not those ones. On the entrance in the building. I'm talking about the security guard in the building downstairs. It's not all right. He does like that. He does like that. We are the last person.